will hear and I'll be like this. Wow,
Okay.
look at it.
So he's rock hard, this woman. We're actually making a new kind of burger. Oh
Very
no,
strong,
she
actually.
destroyed that. Today, we are going to be cooking a steak.
Okay.
And there you go. Hello darling girls, and welcome to a brand new segment on the Lingo YouTube channel. We are combining two of our favorite things, a makeover and food. So, welcome to the Lingo Kitchen Meal Makeovers, where we are having a special celebrity guest, one of our local most loved celebrities, coming into the kitchen with me to do a meal makeover on one of their favorite dishes. So we are going to have a serious amount of fun because you are going to learn some hot, simple cooking tips, and we are going to show you how to slash the calories of your favorite, most indulgent meals. So today is our very first show, and we are kicking off with a bang. So I would like to welcome the gorgeous, the inspiring Sebastian, aka Fitness Bunny. Hello and welcome to Lingo Kitchen. The most inspiring lady that we have, that I'm so grateful is here cooking with us today.
What?
When we're cooking, we are going to then ask a lot of questions because we want all of her lean body hacks, we want all of her meal prepping tips, we want all of her fitness tips. So let's talk about what your favorite dish is. What is your favorite dish of all time that you wish you could eat like every day, but you're like, I can't do it because...
You know what?
What is it?
So, this used to be my cheat meal back in the day because I felt like, I shouldn't be eating that. No, I'll gain so much weight, because lack of knowledge.
Yes.
But right now, that's what I've jumped into, which is red meat. But my fave one is steak.
Today, we are going to be cooking a steak. Okay. A lot of misconceptions around steak, whether it's healthy, whether we should be eating it or not. What are the best cuts of steak to grab off the shelf? Which are the leanest versions? How should we cook them to make sure that they actually taste good? So this show today, we are going to be making Sebahle's favorite dish, which is going to be steak. And then I've also got two spicy sides that we're going to do as well. So we're going to do a yummy crushed potato, and then we need something fresh. So
And I love potatoes.
Oh, you do? Okay, good.
Well, I only know to just do mash.
Mash. Okay, we're including a
Spoil it.
repertoire. We're now going to have two potato dishes. And so we're going to do a crushed potato, so they're going to be delicious and crispy in the air fryer, and then a summer corn salad, so something fresh and delicious on the side. And so my goal is to make a steak dish that you can be like, this is just as good as the OG steak that I would order at a restaurant.
I can be honest, right?
You have to be honest. So out of 10, what do you give me?
Honestly, this is...
So the question is, can we do it? So let us know down in the comments. Do you think, as a team, we are going to be able to make a low-calorie version of a steak? And by the way, do you know how many calories is in your average steak and chips that you would order at a restaurant? Yes.
1,005?
With
chips, I would say 1,005.
Yeah, it's well over 1,000 calories. I will put up a little post on screen of the average steak and chips that you're gonna get at a restaurant. So we're gonna be making one at home now, and it's gonna be a low-cal version. We're gonna get it hopefully under 500 calories. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our sides because they take the longest to cook. So when I think about cooking, I always try and think about what's gonna take longest, right? And then you wanna start those first.
Yeah.
So the potatoes are the dish that's gonna take the longest, and this whole dish is basically gonna take us 20 minutes. So we've got 400 grams of baby potatoes here, and you said you love a potato.
Yes.
Now, potatoes have a really bad reputation, but it's because they're cooked in the wrong way. But if you're doing it like we're gonna do today in the air fryer, we're not adding extra oil.
Yes, actually.
Minimal oil, exactly. So potatoes, fun fact, are the most satiating food on the planet, which means they keep you the fullest for longer. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna soften them. Because if you put them straight into the air fryer, they'll take a lot longer. So first we soften them. You can either steam them right in the bag, or you're just gonna prick these little babies, and then we're gonna pop them in the microwave for 10 minutes on full.
They'll be this dry, no water, nothing.
No water, no nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so our potatoes are done, 10 minutes. And as you can see, they're super soft. So you can stick a knife right through them. Now we're gonna have fun, okay? So the thing with the smashed potato is that, you know, all the little bits that like stick out on the sides get super crispy and delicious.
Okay.
So this is gonna be your job. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. So you're gonna use a little bit of force and basically that's what we're gonna get.
Don't lie.
Just like that. So, are you ready?
These
Ready
could
to
be
go.
my burger buns. They could be where I have my patty.
We're actually making a new kind of burger. Perfect.
Okay.
There she goes. And then we're going to be using an air fryer, which is, if you don't have an air fryer, if there's one investment that you get. Okay, so now we're going to just brush them up. So I'm going to put a little, just a drop of olive oil. So really, you honestly don't need a lot. It's just to make it a little bit crispy. So honestly, like 1 teaspoon is enough for all of these potatoes. And we're just gonna give them a little brush. And it also helps for the salt and pepper to stick on them nicely.
Actually, the brush is so helpful. Before, I used to just put all here and I'll be like this.
Brush is actually amazing. Otherwise, also if you pour it, you just end up getting on a lot more than what you actually need. A tablespoon is 110 calories, which means it's the same calories as a slice of bread. So that's a big common mistake that girls make. I just want to be so healthy, and then they're throwing olive oil.
And that's what I do, to be honest.
So even though olive oil is super healthy, it's still nutritionally dense. Okay, and then
at least I learned something new.
There you
1
go.
teaspoon.
I'm gonna be following on your Instagram. I want to see this recipe every
Actually,
day.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna be more active, but I'm gonna call you and be like, hey, is this how it's done?
Call a friend. Okay, so then just a crack of salt, pepper. So what's nice, even for load shedding, and then garlic powder. Wait. Okay, and then we're just popping these babies into the air fryer. And so what's nice about doing potatoes is you can also do the microwaving part prior, and then you keep the baby potatoes in your fridge. They're ready to go. This is prior to Valentine's Day, so she's gonna be cooking this for her beau. Okay, so we're gonna pop these into the air fryer. Is it true? Are you going to? You're gonna try it? Okay, 200 degrees. Hopefully, load shedding is going to be on our side. So what we have here today is we are going to be making 2 sirloin steaks. And so you'll see by these as well is that, as I said, they have the fat on the outside, which we're going to give a little trim. And when you are cooking a steak that you want to eat every single day, we're obviously not going to have a massive portion of steak. Yes. So that's why I wanted to show you today how to make, this is like a good lady's portion of steak. It's around 120 grams. Okay, so then in terms of cooking a steak, so you need to firstly have a very hot pan, which is gonna help us sear it. So that's what we're gonna be using here today. And then also the thicker the base of your pan, the better the heat distribution. So you're gonna get a more even cook on the steak as well. We want it to be quite hot before we put the steak on. So how to know if your pan is ready and it's hot enough for your steak, you can obviously put your hand there, but a nice little trick is to just throw a splash of water. So I feel like it could be a little bit hotter. So you want it to almost like evaporate immediately. So that's a good little trick to know if your pan is gonna be hot enough. So you basically just want to get a sharp knife.
This is so nice.
It's like a game.
I know.
Of that was a better knife. Before we throw this steak on, tell me, like, what is your food philosophy that you follow?
So for me, actually, I eat twice a day. I think because I've been on a low-carb diet for years now. So I hardly get hungry, but I eat twice a day because I have to actually eat. As a person who trains very hard, 2 hours a day.
Oh yes, I'm like 2 meals. I'm like, I feel like you need more than that.
And my meals are also small portions, but first thing in the morning I'm used to doing is having a protein shake. And then for lunch, I'll always have couscous or slice of bread with probably eggs because it tastes good. Or I have anything with carbs, where it would be my meat, my vegetables, and the carbs.
Yes.
And then for dinner, I always have meat, so it's not red meat. I prefer to have seafood because it's just a slight. Tuna is my favorite,
Yes,
where
I
it's
also
just
like
tuna. Not vegetables usually, it's a salad.
Nice.
You know, because it's lighter. Because I'm about to sleep, I don't need energy. Who am I feeding? Actually, the big meal for me will be lunch.
More lunch.
Will be
Nice.
lunch because my lunch is early, where I'll eat probably like 11. 12 latest, but it's always 11, and then I'll have my supper at 6 or 7 latest. So that's why it has to be small portion, because
Yes.
at 11 o'clock I'm sleeping 4 hours later.
Okay, so we're gonna get our steak on the go. Another great hack, instead of using oil, which we're pouring into the pan, to use an olive oil spray and cook. So you actually wanna remove it from the flame and just give it a good coating.
In case there's a young boom.
Yeah, exactly. And then we are just going to, you can see that's really nice and hot. We're first gonna season it. So we want salt and pepper. Really, this is all that you need for steak. People are like, do you need sauces? Do you need extra spices? Salt and pepper is the best. And it also just brings out the natural flavors of the beef. So you wanna season it on both sides. So I'm setting my timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Okay. So
Oh
you
wow,
want-
actually it wasn't as bad as I thought it would
yeah,
be.
yeah, that was actually good. Okay, so you want a good sizzle when you're popping it into the pan. And so we're gonna lay those little babies down. And another hack that people love to do is they love to play with it. You know, like move it around and flip it quickly and then flip it.
That's what I do.
You need to let it be. So you actually only want to flip it once. Okay,
And
then
that's so simple, you know, just looking at it, it just looks like a job.
too easy. Yeah, no, it's easy.
No, I'm saying, yeah, no, the fact that I'm doing it to you, because whenever I order my steak, it just looks like something I'll never be able to do.
Because you said you also like to do meal prepping, eh?
I'm meal prepping food that will last me from Monday until Thursday. Cook once, and I just make sure that everything is all in containers which are
Airtight.
airtight. And I love salsa, guys. Like, I'll do salsa. Well, I love having my tuna salsa, where I'll do salsa, which is your tomatoes, onions, pieces of chilies, and I'll put butter as well, and cucumber for, you know, for the nutrients, cucumber. And then I cut my spinach, raw as it is. I cut it into small pieces. Yep.
It's time. Yes, tell
I
me.
cut it
so
into-
this is, you put the salsa on anything.
No, because that's what I do, where it's not just salsa alone, but I've got my spinach, my cucumber, and then what I'll do, I'll just take my tuna, put it, and I do add vinegar. I'll put my tuna, mix it, and I eat that. That's like my supper, you know, something light, unless I want to actually have a green salad with chicken or with salmon. I love salmon,
Well,
guys.
salmon is my favorite.
Wow, look at it.
So we did the flip, and now we have to restart it. Did we
Okay.
restart our timer?
I've restarted it.
Okay. You get that nice
Crispy.
crisp on the outside, and in the middle it's still going to be delicious and juicy. So this is going to be medium
Oh, is
rare.
it fully, medium? Really?
So in the middle, when we cut it,
Yeah.
it still should be pink if we did our job correctly. While our timer has 1 minute left, I know that everyone's also going to want to know what your training looks like.
I make sure that I train for 2 hours, okay? So if I'm training an hour in the morning, I'll train another hour at night, or I'll train 2 hours at once. It depends how available I am. Where I'll make sure that I've got 30 minutes on the treadmill, 30 minutes of me doing my core, and then I'll train for 45 minutes, and then the 15 minutes remaining, I'll be stretching. So
Wow.
that's me without fail.
That is
If I'm lazy,
impressive.
all I'll just do my core. I never miss core. I'll just do my core for like 20 minutes, and then I'll be on the treadmill for 30 minutes.
Is that your focus area?
That's
your core?
Yeah,
That
guys.
you
I
want
mean,
it to be the strongest.
like it's a like
She's rock hard, this woman.
all I don't have is just a six pack.
No, you do. I feel like those abs.
I know I can feel it inside, but it's not showing outside.
She's strong.
I'm here to brag. I'll brag not
She's
now.
strong.
Soon.
Okay, so that's it. Our time is up.
Done.
So what you want to do is, you now want to put these babies to rest.
They look so juicy.
They look good, right? So we actually want to put them aside.
Wow.
And the reason being is we actually don't want to cut them straight away, because if you do that, the juices are just going to leak right out. Are you hungry yet?
Looking at that, I am hungry.
The smell.
And also, guys,
It's the smell.
our potatoes look so good. I mean, I'm so surprised. I didn't know that I could use microwave, you know, to basically soften my potatoes, number one, and number two, that whole crushing idea. Oh my God,
It's
guys,
a winner, right?
I will make a burger, and those are gonna be my burger buns. So.
I wanted to ask you, like, if there was one food that you could never give up, what would it be?
Gosh.
Like, if you were in jail on death row and they were like, this is your last meal, what would you ask for?
I would ask actually for red beans masala, you know, like, because red beans, I love red beans, they just taste so good. But
Yeah.
I noticed when I'm mixing a lot of spices and everything, it actually ends up tasting good alone. It's like nice curry, which is healthy.
So we're gonna make our corn salad, summer corn salad, so it's gonna be like nice and fresh. And again, we just want easy. So instead of even just defrosting things or having to boil them, we're gonna use the canned version, which is just as delicious. And a lot of people think that if something is canned or frozen, that it's not as good. These days, they know how to lock in all the nutrients. Okay, so we're gonna take our corn, which I've just drained, and we're gonna throw in a bit. Obviously, I'm gonna put up the ingredients if you wanna be weighing this out so you know the exact calories, because accuracy is key when you're wanting to work out the calories. You have to taste them. They're sweet. See, it's better than cooking it yourself. We're just gonna throw in some spinach, some tomatoes, and some fat-free feta. So I actually love to use spinach, and I'm glad that you're a fan of spinach,
I love spinach.
instead of lettuce. So even if I am making a sandwich, I'll just add a few extra leaves of spinach as well. So we're just gonna pop those in. And then I'm using rosa tomatoes, which are the baby ones, which also have a lot more flavor. Like, I honestly eat like whole boxes of these. Very Italian. And then how do you feel about feta?
I love feta.
Feta. So we're gonna be using the fat-free version. Again, lower in calories than full fat feta. And it tastes just as good, honestly. So if you are looking at dairy options and you are trying to cut calories, using anything that's fat-free is generally. So I'm gonna put you to work here on the lemons. Okay, so this is a fantastic, easy salad dressing that is also low in calories, which we love, because another one that I normally use is actually light mayo. So the Nola Light is a fantastic one, or trim, if you're looking for a low-cal mayo. But I thought we would do something different today. So we can squeeze the juice of 2 lemons into here. Like, you have to work a little bit for your meal here. She can do anything, she can't squeeze the lemon. Do we need a lemon squeezer in here, people?
Oh no, trust me.
Show us your bite. Oh no,
strong,
she
actually.
destroyed that. She destroyed that lemon. She did extremely well with that lemon. So we've got our lemon juice in here. Then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of honey. So we're gonna do the acidity, which is in the lemon juice. And so we've got the 1 teaspoon of honey. And then this is Dijon mustard, which is also always delicious. And we are using the magic ingredient, which is called nutritional yeast. So this has got like a cheesy flavor, if you believe me. Okay. And when you add it to sauces or dressings, it brings this delicious like cheddar flavor through. So that's going to be our last ingredient. So 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and then our dressing is going to be ready to roll. So we're going to chop up 1 spring onion. So whenever you're cooking, never forget to season. So a nice crack of salt, pepper, and then we're going to pour over our dressing. So here is the test. If we cook them perfectly. Now, I will tell you that we've been chatting a lot in between. So if they're not as pink as we would like, then that's not our fault.
Wow, it's perfect. It is.
So that is the perfect medium rare steak. Yes, girl, we did it.
No.
But now the taste is going to be in the eating, right? We have our gorgeous little crispy potatoes over here. We have our yummy fresh salad, and we have our perfectly cooked steak. So we're just gonna add a little sprig of rosemary on the top. You can add a little sprig on top. No, that was it.
out, guys.
And there you go. So the question is it gonna taste good?
It looks like it tastes good.
It looks like it tastes good. We got our little potato. Okay, guys, let's try the steak first.
To be honest, actually, and how we're preparing it so simply, like everything was done so easily with just salt and pepper. Right now, it's not warm because we've been talking a lot.
Yeah.
It's cold, but still the flavor is so good. I'm thinking if it was actually warm, it would be 10 times better.
Yeah.
And the potatoes, like the crispiness is actually a go-to thing. Like,
And how
that's
little
it.
oil we actually use.
Yes.
Was so simple.
It tastes so good. And the sauce here, I love the sauce actually.
So you're gonna have to tell me, like, maybe give a rating out of 10.
Like-
Okay, so out of 10, what do you give me?
Honestly, I'm not lying. I owe my life, I'm not lying. This is a 9 out of 10.
Wow!
So guys,
All the points.
try this out. Nice and simple. All you need is just for you to have a timer, number 1.
So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you were totally inspired by this amazing woman. Cooking for fat loss can be fun, it can be delicious, and it can be simple. Let us know if you do down in the comments, and what dish you want to see next on the YouTube channel as well. Please give us a thumbs up. That's it. Ciao.
Guys, thank you.
And thank you to that beautiful guest for coming to cook and eat with me.